All right, so the session's called PowerShell for the Anxious IT Pro. I'm a little bit anxious to get going, so we're going to get started just a minute or two early. That way, in case I run an extra minute or two long, nobody will get really mad at me. You all know I'm not Jeff Snover, right? There's an awful lot of you here. Jeff did his thing yesterday. My name is Jason Himmelstein, and this is PowerShell for the Anxious IT Pro. How many of you are IT pros in the room? All right, well, that's all of you. Cool, well, good, so we have the right audience at least. I work at Rackspace, I mentioned earlier. I'm not going to talk about Rackspace during the session. Stop by the booth if you want to. I'm the Director of Technical Strategy and Strategic Partnerships. I'm also an Office Apps and Services MVP. They keep changing our names, so I have to always think back on it. That's my particulars. Feel free to reach out to me after the session if you have questions. I'll stick around and do Q&A after for a few minutes, but there's another presenter coming right on. So please reach out. I am doing my podcast with John White tomorrow. I'm a PowerShell guy. I'm a Power BI guy. I don't know what I am. These days, I'm doing it all. But we're doing our podcast on the main stage tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Come stop by, say hi. We just got asked to do it Thursday, so there are not a lot of people registered for that one like there are for this one. So that's that. Subscribe, check it out. It's all about business intelligence and whatnot. Now there's PowerShell for Power BI, which is really cool. So I get to blend the two. Here's my agenda for the session, and hopefully this resonates with you guys. We're going to talk about, well, I'm doing an introduction right now. Welcome to the party. What is PowerShell? Hopefully some of you are familiar with it. How many of you have never seen PowerShell in your entire life? Nobody. Awesome. So this is going to be really great. Why is it important? We're going to talk about an introduction to what it is, and then we're going to dig into some functional explanation. In 20 minutes, I can't do a whole lot of demo. I'm going to do very, very limited demo, but I want to explain and help you guys understand what is PowerShell and why would I use it. The do's and don'ts, some syntax and bracketology, and then we'll wrap it all up. And now I've used a full minute and a half out of 20 minutes. I knew I couldn't do that in under 30 seconds. All right, so the changes in the admin world. To give you guys some perspective, I have been in the Microsoft space in the ecosystem for about 20 years now. When PowerShell first came out, I took a look at it and went, this is exactly why I left the Starnix world. I want nothing to do with any of this. I like my click, click, next, finish, right? Anybody that way? I just want to click, click, finish. That's a really nice one. It's kind of developer centric. You have to have a mind that can understand some code. Don't get scared, okay? I'm gonna make it easier. And it's not too hard for the IT pro world, okay? PowerShell is not scary. It's kind of scary, a little bit. What it is it's a command line environment, okay? And by environment, we're talking about something that returns actual objects that you can do stuff with. It's not CMD, it's not command, folks. That world, you can still print to screen and that's all great, but you're actually returning objects. It's a Microsoft holistic technology, okay? I'm a SharePoint guy, I'm a Windows Server guy, I'm a SQL Server guy, and my PowerShell works across everything that I do. I use PowerShell profiles to make my life a lot easier. I open it one time and everything sort of populates into it. I add my modules and my snap-ins and all of that, but we're getting ahead of ourselves. It really is kind of a Swiss Army knife with a chainsaw on it. And my friend Seb Matthews likes to call it a nuclear-powered chainsaw because you can do an awful lot of damage with PowerShell. You can destroy environments. There is no back button in PowerShell, okay? You can try and figure out what you did. There are logs if you turn them on, but there is no back button in PowerShell. It's important to understand. And this is the future of our world as IT pros. All of you identified as IT pros. Well, all the people who were here when that happened. There's more walking in. Okay, all of you identified as IT pros, this is important for us to understand. This is the foundational element of our entire space in the Microsoft ecosystem. It is PowerShell. So, I wanted to find an authoritative definition for you of what is PowerShell. So I went to the authoritative source of truth in the world, Wikipedia. This is actually a pretty good definition. It changes every once in a while, and they change it right back. But I'll let you read for yourself. You're doing things, it's an automation framework. Okay? Now, not everything has to be automated. It can be something that you're doing single tasks, but the goal of this is to be able to automate repeatability, documentability. I like to make up words sometimes, but I think documentability may actually be in a definition in the dictionary right now. Okay, access to COM and WMI objects. And for those of you in the Windows Server world, that kind of matters, right? From the SharePoint side of the world, we're talking to client-side object models with it and things of that nature. But for Windows Server, for SQL Server, we're getting down we're using COM and WMI in order to get to it. So that's a nice Wikipedia definition. Here's mine. PowerShell is an object-based, not text-based. Even though it shows up as text, you are returning an object in memory. Command line interface for Microsoft technologies. Okay, so what does that mean? Let's boil this down yet again. Results that show up in PowerShell can be acted upon, not just read from. Okay? There's very big power in this. Okay? Meaning I can return a set of objects that I can now do something with. This is where the confusion usually starts happening. This is where the panic starts. Okay, now I have all this stuff, and if I'm looking at Windows Explorer, if I'm looking at Task Manager, I see PowerShell having gigs of memory applied to it. It's because you've returned massive amounts of objects. Go off to Active Directory and get all users, get all properties of all users. You will start to load things in if you have very large organizations. Go into SQL Server and do the same thing. You're loading all of that into memory in a command line interface. So we want to make sure that we're disposing of our objects. That's a developer concept, I know. For us, though, it's really, really simple. Type the word exit. Okay? Very simple. Reopen the next PowerShell window. It's great to be able to chain things together, but every once in a while you have to close that PowerShell window and start with a fresh one. Sort of like wiping the whiteboard down and just starting clean, as opposed to just wiping a section of it and trying to rewrite over it. After a while, it can no longer be read. So why? Why is PowerShell important to us? Why does this matter? Well, for a couple of different reasons. There are a bunch of different things that we can do using PowerShell regardless of the technology that you're using. I identify as a SharePoint person, as an Office 365 person. PowerShell works in Office 365. It works in Azure. It works all over the place. There's now Cloud Shell, which you can use PowerShell in Cloud Shell. Very cool stuff. This is for deployment, configuration, management, administration, and development. You can do dev using PowerShell. You can source control PowerShell. In fact, I have a GitHub account that I pay for every month only for PowerShell. Okay? It's really useful because I can then deploy it everywhere I want it to be, and I know the versions, I know the changes that I've done, and while it is code, it's admin code. Okay? But there's a really important concept to all of this. It's called commenting. Okay? We comment our code. I haven't written massive lines of PowerShell in a little while, but usually when I do it, it's because I got really angry at something the product was doing, and I decided I needed to do it. PowerShell and 3 glasses of scotch. PowerShell and 3 glasses of scotch. And about 3 a.m., I've done a really great thing. And all of this stuff, and I themed, there was turkey, there was cranberries, and I usually end up writing a little story. But it's nice because you can do all of that. You have the ability to do all these things. But let's talk about some of these things And I'm going to show you at the end, if we have time, the hardware of PowerShell. So everybody said that they've used PowerShell before, at least those of you who raised your hands and were honest about it. Those who were too shy, that's okay, I'll show you in the end. There are two ways that we do PowerShell native. One is the PowerShell console. It looks just like command natively. It looks like it, except it takes a second or extra to load. Okay? And then there's the PowerShell ISE, Integrated Scripting Environment. Lots of great stuff that you can do with that. The thing I will encourage you to do is we run PowerShell in the console. We write PowerShell in the ISE. There are certain things, and they're starting to dwindle down, but there are certain things that don't work properly in the ISE. When you hit the run command, you want to take that PowerShell out, copy it out, save the file, and then go run it in a command window. When I write PowerShell, it very frequently looks like this. And because I'm on the demo machine, I can't actually pull up any of my code, but this right here is PowerShell ISE. And right next to it is its friend. Let's see if I can pull this guy across that way. Nope. There we go. This right here. Come here, you. That's PowerShell. Okay, this is the console. Okay, so that's the hardware of this. Let's come back. A couple of terms that we're going to cover real fast. I'm going to do this because I now have 10 minutes. Shell, I just showed you shell, okay? We're going to cover off these. I want to cover this stuff. It's kind of important. Commandlet, CMDlet, depends upon where you are in the world, how you spell the thing out. This is how I spell it. You can spell the full word out. You can search for it. When I go to Google Bing for things, I usually do it this way because more people have written it that way. This is the main building block of PowerShell, okay? I'm going to scoot this that way. Oop. Go back. Here we go. These are mini commands that you can take, and they perform a single action. All right? They're actually .NET classes. I'm going to skip a little bit of that because, again, this is meant to be very high level for IT pros. We have the ability to output one commandlet to the next one to be able to run against the objects that the first one returned. Okay? We have the ability to do equality stuff. Be able to say, is this equal to that? We can diff in PowerShell is basically what I'm saying. Very cool stuff. You can also match and say, does this match that, without truly doing a full interrogation. Modules, okay? Modules, and there are 4 different kinds of modules here. There's a script module, which is a PSM1 file. You have a binary module, which is a .NET assembly, which is a DLL file. You have a manifest, which is a PSD1 file, which most of us write if you're writing one. And then there's the one that I never do, which is dynamic, because it only persists for that one session. And everything that I do, I want to be somewhat repeatable or have the option to be, so I choose not to use dynamic. Hey, that was nice. Okay, moving on, we're going to talk about objects for just a second. These are instances of classes. They have properties and methods. That sounds like Aussies to me. Anybody else? All right. At for me, 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 at for me. I realized all of these things. I went, wow, that's a lot simpler than I thought it was, because all those other things, all the terms and explanations of DLLs and runtime this and classes that, it got really complicated. This, for me, is what it's all about. This is the core, is if I understand what my stuff is, I can go in and ask a question, get a list of stuff back, Now what can I do with that stuff? What is the next thing that I have to think about with it? What else is there? And there are a couple of ways that we can deal with this stuff. So I'm going to talk about pipelining for just a minute because everybody always asks about pipelining. It's that straight up and down line thingy that you can never figure out how to get. You have to do shift and then like 17 character keys. No, I'm just kidding. It's the one right about the enter key, right? This is how we chain objects together. Okay? You ask a question, get me stuff. And then you say what you want to do with that stuff once it's in memory. It gives you that ability. So pipelining gives you that. And the output of a pipelined object becomes the object itself. It does a replacement therein. Okay? Here's a quick functional explanation for you. A couple of quick examples of things that you can go right now on your machine and go do. A get dash command. This is verb-noun, and in the abstract, I told you I'd explain to you this verb-noun stuff. We're gonna take an action on a thing. Action thing, action thing. I have an 8 and a 9-year-old, and we're working on grammar right now. This is one of those things. Get, there's a whole bunch of different commands that you can do. Get command will show you all of the commandlets on your machine. Pretty straightforward. Get help will display all of the information about a commandlet. So you would say get help, and then you tell it the commandlet that you wanted to ask a question about, you wanted information about. And get member gets you the list of properties and methods of a command or object. Simple way to explain this. This should look a little bit familiar. Take the first letter of the name of that noun, CHM. Anybody recognize that term? How about now? This is my friend Vlad. He's a PowerShell MVP. This was his little tip. I was like, that is pretty brilliant. If I'm going to share stuff with people, I want to make sure I shared that with them. So this is your way of going off and finding help, finding information about stuff, right? The last couple here are ones that I really like. Get verb. There are a certain number of verbs, that first portion, that are approved. You can get the entire list of verbs just by saying get verb. Spits out the entire list. And then it'll actually, you can do get help on get verb, and it gets really fun. Okay? Start transcript. If you walk away with nothing else, go investigate start transcript. Start transcript creates a log of everything that you do in your PowerShell session. It saves it to disk. And I have a PowerShell profile script out there. If you go to github.com/Jason Himmelstein, you will find my PowerShell profile script. Okay? In there, I start transcript. It's one of the very first things that I do. I load in a bunch of modules and things like that, but start transcript should be something that you do every single time. So you have repeatability, you know what you did, you have that log file. If you forget that, you can do a get-history, and it'll tell you everything you've done in that session. But when you close that session, it's gone. There's no log, okay? Lastly, a couple of to-dos, things that you should do. Use variables. Variables, $, anything that you want to do. You can type a bunch of gibberish. You can use turkey. You can use cranberry sauce. You can use stuffing. I may have done this on Thanksgiving when I wrote PowerShell, okay? You can use anything you want. There are no no's in variables except ones that are reserved by the system. The system will spit it out to you and tell you that you're trying to use a variable that is reserved by the system. Okay, do one thing at a time. Call one thing at a time. It'll make your life a lot easier as you're learning PowerShell. Long term, write really long PowerShell. It's great, makes life easy. You can repeat it, you can set timer jobs, all sorts of stuff. Comment your scripts, okay? I'm not kidding, it will save you hours and hours and hours and hours and hours of time. Create scripts using the ISE or an IDE. You can use Visual Studio Code. You can use all sorts of different stuff. You can use Visual Studio Full and do that, and then execute in the shell. Dispose of your objects. Close that command window. Type exit. Hit the X in the top right-hand corner. It'll take an extra second, but it'll do it for you. Test before using in production. You cannot come live with me if you get fired for doing bad things with PowerShell. I asked my wife already. She said no. Liz will tell you. It's a fact. You can get fired for doing the wrong thing in PowerShell. It's a scary thing. Make sure you test your stuff in dev, and keep in mind, if you do not have a development environment, you only have a development environment, okay? Do stuff first before you go do it in production. Do it someplace where you can test it, okay? Write reusable scripts. Do as much as you can that you can reuse. Don't vary your variables. This is dangerous. Okay, don't rewrite your variable and say, I'm going to use that same variable for this other thing. Have one variable, have it do a thing. That way you know what you're calling. Your code will be much happier. Try not to hard code things in your script like passwords. Don't do that. That'll get you fired too. Okay? Don't take code from the internet or a vendor or Vlad and just run it in your environment. Vlad's code's good, but you should read everything you're going to run in your environment before you do it. All right? Don't assume that code is not harmful. It is. It is there to do things in your environment, not, oops, did you mean to? Let's go back. There is no back button. I've said that a couple times. And make sure you run your code, and don't run your code in the IDE. I can't stress that enough. Make sure you run it in command window. Couple of syntax things. Comment is the pound sign. Add is a plus sign. Equal is equal sign, or dash EQ. Not equal is a bang, dash NE, and dash not. The deck will be available. This is all being recorded, so if I have to go because I need to keep moving because I'm actually over time now. Bracketology. Anybody an NCAA fan? I may have written this slide around that time. Curvy braces are parentheses, and they're used for required options, compulsory arguments, or control structures. Curly braces, we're not developers, right? I don't know the real names of these things. They're curly braces. They're used for block expressions with a command block, and they're also used to open a code block. And square brackets denote an optional element or parentheses, or parameters, excuse me, and they're also used for math functions. So they do two things. That's the end of my time. Hopefully this was useful to you. Please fill out the evaluations because I do read them. Thank you very much. I hope you're having a great Ignite.